host, Hunter. Welcome to Zero Meat 30. Today on Zero Meat 30, we're going to make a smoked meatloaf. As always, step one, we will go with the Tanqueray Rangpur today. Alright, it's a little moist, a little too moist, so I'm going to wash my hands, and then we'll throw in a little bit of breadcrumbs to make it not quite as wet. Breadcrumbs, just guess. I'll mix it up one more time. And now we are ready to form our loaf. Oh my god, how could I forget the cayenne pepper? Alright, we have our meatloaf, we have our bread pan, coconut cooking oil spray, grab our loaf, and toss our loaf, smash it in here, fill it out real good. We're going to throw some more salt and pepper on top, and let it sit for an hour in the fridge. Next step of smoked meatloaf would definitely be a smoker. So I'm going to get my char griller acorn out, get it lit. I'll post another video on how I light my Kamado style grill, and we'll get it up to about 250 and then throw our meatloaf on there. I'm using a 100% hardwood lump charcoal. It's going to give me a nice wood smoky flavor with not quite as much hassle as actually using wood. I'm going to use some hickory wood chunks in there as well. Getting my fire started with an electric starter here in my chimney. It's all just the same lump charcoal, and then we're just going to pour it right over the top of this pile of coals in this Kamado as soon as these get ignited. We're not going to be smoking for long. It's going to be pretty short, so we're not going to be too concerned about having a really nice fire that's going to last us 12 hours. We only need to last 2 to 3 hours. Electric starters are nice because it's not a lot of work. Just standing here waiting for it to start. Pretty freaking boring. Alright, I'll let my coals stay in the electric starter for a couple minutes. Now I'm going to close this lid. I'm going to pop my air hole on top all the way open, air hole on the bottom all the way open. I'm just going to let this fire build up a little bit more and spread, and then we'll start dialing it in temp, add our smoking stone, and put our grate back in there, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, we're all set. Taking off here a little bit. Maybe because I used the blower and blew a bunch of oxygen in underneath. So we're going to go ahead and add our smoking stone. Just drop it right here on top with our fireproof gloves, of course. And I'm going to go ahead and drop this grate. We're not going to use a water bin today. I just don't feel like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut down our air vents to about in this range. Close our lid. vents down to about right there, and then let that temp start getting down to about 225, 250. While we're waiting on that temp to get where we want it, I'll talk about what I'm using. I'm just using the Char Grill or Acorn. It's pretty cheap, pretty affordable. Pretty much anybody can afford this little grill slash smoker. You do have to buy the extra $40 smoking stone to be able to smoke. Other than that, you're just grilling or baking. Have some Weber fire resistant gloves, very necessary for putting your fire. Heat deflector in. Just a cold cleaning brush. I really like this cold cleaning brush. I've had it several years, and I think it works great. It's the longest lasting brush I've ever had. And then I have the Weber iGrill for temperature. So right now all I have in there is an ambient temperature probe. So we're just letting that temperature get up to about 225, 250, and then we're gonna throw on our meatloaf. Sun's starting to go down. It's January in Alabama. The sun goes down right about 5 o'clock. Kind of blows. But before we lose too much of our light, I'm just going to show the loaf here. It's a little over 2 pounds. Not a huge loaf, but definitely not a small loaf. Alright, I am going to go ahead and drop this loaf. Got a little bit of flame here on the right side. That's going to be okay. I'm going to kill these vents, drop our temperature down pretty low, and we'll put our loaf on the opposite side of the fire there. I can pick it up with one hand. Alright, drop this right there on the side. Get a little flame protection here. Alrighty. We're going to let that sit 225 for about an hour and a half. It's getting dark out here. It's cold out here. Smoker smoking. I guess I should go inside and have me a drink or two. So I fixed a glass of the Wild Turkey Longbranch. I think it's a very quality bourbon for not a lot of money. Easily available here in Alabama. Alabama's kind of tricky to find nice bourbons sometimes. It's kind of a pain. I really like this Longbranch though. It doesn't taste anything like Wild Turkey, so don't let the name fool you. I would for sure give it a try. They say it has oak and mesquite flavors in it. I don't taste that, but it tastes great, and if it's got oak and mesquite, it must be a great smoking drink. I mean, this is pretty freaking tasty. Yeah. Alright, we've been on here about an hour. Temperature sitting at 256. Let's see what our meatloaf looks like here. Looking pretty good. Got a little crackage going on. I am going to do a party foul. I'm gonna wrap this in foil and smoke it for another 30 minutes. Well, I guess I'm not gonna smoke it for another 30 minutes. I'm gonna bake it for another 30 minutes. This is one of the shortest cooks that I've done. It's only like an hour and a half long, but I'm hungry. I'm struggling. So it's like, do I eat a snack? Do I wait? Do I just drink more? What should I do here? Now let's see what we got. Internal temperature coming up. Oh yeah, we're done. We were shooting for 160. We'll call that Donerito. Alright, I'm gonna take it inside. I'm gonna let it rest for 10 minutes, and then we'll cut it open. instantly smells like smoke and onions. It's a nice little smoke ring, especially for a meatloaf. All right, moment of truth. The taste test. That's a smoky loaf of meat. Yeah. That's pretty stinking good. If you like this video and you want to see more of my at-home style cooking, follow me on Instagram or subscribe to my YouTube channel, 0Meat30.